What's going on? It's Bill from the Speeding Bastards again. Oh my god, I'm loving this. Oh shit. Blacked out BMW just got behind me. Let's tell them what a Speeding Bastard's all about. It's probably not trying to race me, I'm just a dick. But anyway, so I'm back and I just got off recording with Derek. Went pretty cool. We got a couple ideas we're working on here. And what I wanted to do today, oh, he is trying to race it. This one guy. Oh shit! Well, I'm going pretty fast. I'm dropping gear. There he goes. What is it? It's a 535. And maybe I'll just be a dick and box him in instead. That sounds about right. Shit. That's taxing. All right. So maybe not the best way to start the video by acting like an asshole, but. What am I gonna do? I like to drive fast. So here we are. I kind of wanted to showcase some of the creative workings with how we come up with some of the ideas. So one of the ways is I just come up with them, plain and simple. Derek and I talk about certain things, and maybe in previous podcasts we'll come up with we'll like say something during our podcast, and then it sparks a little interest. So I think like electric vehicles, for example, I brought up the Lucid Air, and a previous podcast with Ross we talked about electric vehicles and the potential for tuning them and such. So I think I want to touch on that again. I know Derek has some stuff he wanted to say about that, so that, well, maybe we'll do that for this podcast. Today is Monday. We'll be recording Tuesday this week instead of Wednesday. So we got some stuff in the works right now. It's pretty interesting, actually. The video side of this might be taking off. I don't know yet. We're gonna work on something cool. So let's see here. So for the next podcast, you know, Ross's return from Iceland, we will discuss all things Icelandic. Probably drink some Icelandic beer. Ross has also been having some issues with the GTI, so we'll discuss that. What he plans to do about it. Knowing Ross, it's probably purchase another car. My man is definitely car horny, if that's a term. Maybe it's not, maybe it is now. And that's perfect, because one of the things I want to talk about is, why do car guys always want something different? Is there a perfect car for someone who always wants something different? Sounds like an oxymoron, but if you think about it, Derek and I tried to design our perfect cars. He says that the wagon was good for him. I kind of believe that his wagon car he designed would be perfect for him. However, if you have a high power flat six, you might want better fuel efficiency or something. There could be some things that he would want to change that he can't. Excuse me. So my thought is, I'm guessing, why is it like I've always wanted, since I first had my Mini, right? My very first one was a 2005 R53. So it's a 2005 Mini Cooper S, black with a white top, and I had black wheels on it, and I had some dining goodies in it. I love that car, but I ended up using it for work and trashing it. So when I got my second Mini, felt like, oh, it's not like the first one. I love the first one. Well, then I started modding my second one, and that car was like part of me. It's the only way I can describe it. Named it Ghost GH05T. 5 was my hockey number, and I just love that car so much. That car was an absolute monster. Very fast and very fun to drive. So even when I had that car, I was building, ironically, the car that I'm in right now, because I worked for Mini in 2012, so I was building 2013 model Mini Cooper S's with damn near every option that this car has. That's why I have this car. I could not believe that I found a car so perfectly matched to the what-if car that I would design when I had my Mini that I loved so much. I loved my car, but I'd constantly be on Mini USA designing cars that are exactly like the one I'm in. So it's just interesting. And even then, I still was like, man, it'd be nice to have a truck. Oh, you know, wouldn't it be nice to have this or that? Or, hey, that car's great. I always wanted one of them. Would I buy it if it came up for sale? Would I trade in this car I love for that feeling of having this other car that I always wanted? There's all these different things. So maybe we'll talk about some electric vehicles. Maybe What else can we talk about? I don't know. I have to put a little more thought into it and see if I can come up with some other topics, but that should lead for a pretty decent podcast, I think, between the three of us. And I don't know, we'll come up with some goodies. Put me on the spot now while I'm recording. I don't really have an answer. So that being said, I'm looking forward to having Ross back on. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can do with this camera and this video blog. Got some cool ideas. I might be recording while we record the podcast too. That might be pretty cool. Have Derek record on his end, have us record on my end, and try and make it work. I don't know, pretty interesting stuff. So there you have it. Our next podcast will at least include Car Horny, because that's a word now, just made that up. Car Horny and electric vehicles, and we'll discuss Ross's excursion to Iceland. So that will be pretty neat. And that's about it. So anyone who's going to watch this, thank you. And I know maybe I'm not the best at this yet, but I'm really looking to make this a pretty important part of what the Speeding Bastards is. Because podcasts are one thing, but when you have something visual and you can see somebody's emotion and feelings and stuff that happens on the fly, like when we record a podcast, we have topics and then we just kind of just chat about it. It's not scripted or anything. We have just ideas that maybe we want to talk about. We go from there. This is a lot different. This is real. I'm talking to basically a little box that's mounted on my windshield. So there's no return conversation. There's no nothing. This is raw right here. So I do like this, and I think this is a important part of the podcast. So, or the Speeding Bastards, rather. Not really the podcast. See, fuck-ups like that are perfect, because I showed you how real it is. And we'll sort it out. But anyway, anyone is watching this, thank you for watching, and I look forward to more of these and better ones. Thanks. We have the Speeding Bastards.